Hello. Okay. Had a microphone issue there for a second. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'll just sort of keep talking to myself until I get an okay in the chat. That means that people can actually hear me. Adjust this here. Okay, I am audible. That's great. Now, what is happening here? Time out here for 1 sec. So, how's everyone doing tonight? I'm just getting this going. Why is this not working now? What did I do? So I'm just trying to get the sound working on my own game. I somehow muted it. Oh. That's what I did. Aha, can you guys hear music? Probably hear music now. All right. Microphone malfunctions cascading into other functions. Anyway, how you guys all doing this Friday evening? Thank you for joining. Today we're going to be playing a little bit of MetalMercs, and you know, I just wanted to set expectations. This isn't like a huge whole new release. There's not like a new house or anything to reveal. You know, this is so. The last several videos I've done for MetalMercs, I keep waiting until there's like a big update, and then I kind of show you everything. And there still is a lot more to come. If you've watched if you've checked out the roadmap that I put out on Patreon, we have like an update coming December, and then one early next year, and then one further after that. And then there's even more after that. I just haven't put them on the roadmap officially yet. But there's plenty more big updates coming. This one is more of like a feature upgrade. So I wanted to show you guys some of the cool new features that are coming for, it's going to be sort of a Patreon bonus for right now, but then when the December version launches, all these features will obviously be in there for everyone. But also, every time I stream the game, I encounter some bloody bug. And I kind of thought, wouldn't it be better to catch a bug before I send it out to patrons? So hopefully, oddly enough, I'm hoping we'll catch at least one bug today. Or maybe we'll catch none and it will be even more amazing. Sorry, hold on, timeout. I have to change one more thing and then the audio will come back here. But yeah, a couple of cool new features to show you guys. And then also just, you know, we haven't done a MetalMercs stream in a while, so I thought it would be a fun excuse just to catch up. So yeah, anyway, expectations set. Let's transition here into MetalMercs. So yeah. Let me bring up my notes too, so I know what I'm talking about. That would be good, right? If the guy hosting the stream actually knew what he was going to say. One of the newer features, actually, that is coming out in this version. I think it was in the last version, but I've refined it further. Is gamepad support, and I know this doesn't really affect anyone, but if it affects you, hopefully, it'll be fun for you. So. Essentially, I got a Legion Go not too long ago, and I've been playing around with it. And one thing people have always asked me is, does you know, MetalMercs work on Steam Deck and stuff? And though technically nothing stops it from working on Steam Deck, it was never like built for Steam Deck. But I just want to show you guys real quick, and I'll have to kind of like move. Hold on, let me move the chat. Over, oops, sorry, I'm gonna bring that back. I'm terrible at streaming, guys. I'm like rank amateur here. Here we go, let's do it like this. There you go. So anyway, this is just a little button map so you can kind of see what we're doing here. But yeah, so if you have a Steam Deck or a ROG Ally or a Legion Go or just an Xbox controller, the game should now be playable with those devices, and you don't have to memorize this right now. This little controller map will be shipped with, you know, all versions of the game from here on out, but it is playable. And so I was going to start playing today using the controller just for funsies. I'll probably transition to a mouse and keyboard at some point. just because I think that control scheme is a little better ultimately, but it's totally playable with a controller, so there you go. Anyway, there's other new features to show you guys. Let's go ahead and hop in here. We're going to start a new campaign, and off to the races we go. I should also keep the chat up in case people are actually asking me things so I can respond. Okay, so yeah, the actual startup of the game here is pretty similar, so we'll just go start a new game here. For house, I didn't really think this through before I started today's video. I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go Union. Why not? We'll be the authoritarian jerks. So this screen is a little different from what you might have seen before. Previously at startup, you can still select a portrait and all that stuff, and you still have, you know, different styles of dude to select from. I mean, this dude looks pretty surly, but so does this guy, actually. This over here, so mech modding was always a feature you could turn on or off. I said in a previous video that I actually really like the idea of just trying to survive using stock mechs. And I know it's not everyone's favorite way of doing things, because modding mechs is part of the joy of any mech game. So by default it's on, but if you want sort of a more interesting experience where you literally can't mod mechs, you can turn this off. But there's this new feature. This is sort of the big new gameplay feature of this version, which is requiring parts. So when you repair your mechs, previously any damaged or destroyed piece of equipment you could just repair. You pay them the money, they fix it. Now the way it works is if a piece of equipment has been utterly destroyed, excuse me, I have this cough that will not go away. If you have a piece of equipment that has been utterly destroyed, you need to find a replacement part. So if you have a destroyed medium laser, a destroyed Vulcan cannon, a destroyed missile launcher, you can't just repair it, you need a replacement part. And so this means that you do have to like be more of a scavenger on the battlefield and like salvage things and care about your inventory. It also means that, for instance, if you build a mech squad that has a lot of missiles, for instance, but you're working in an area of space where you either can't buy missiles or they're very frequently salvageable, then eventually your squad might get worn down and you'll have to supplement them with other weapons. And so it sort of adds this interesting element where, like, if you're not around available equipment, eventually your mechs will start to break down and you'll have to repair them with just whatever you find. So anyway, it's a whole new feature. We'll leave it on so I can show it to you today. It is the case that if you have equipment that gets damaged, you can repair it, and I'll show you what the difference between damaged and destroyed is. And then wages and morale, you could always turn on and off. So anyway, a little bit of a new setup here when you start off, but we'll go ahead and hop in here with the new feature on. So this stuff hasn't changed really, so welcome to MetalMercs. I'm moving around with my controller. You can move the mouse cursor around with the right analog stick. It's very easy to control. And I find that controlling with the joystick actually works really well because I designed the game to work with keyboard and mouse controls. So the joystick, I just sort of extended the keyboard controls. But anyway, let's see if we can. Oh, and here's like a little subtle feature. Previously, the way lists worked in this game is every time you move the mouse, it would automatically select whatever you were hovering over. This is really minor, but for those who've been playing, it'll feel a little different when you go to play it. Now you actually have to click on units or items to select them. And it's a very minor feature, but you'll see when you play, it's actually probably nicer, because previously wherever you happen to use the mouse, move the mouse, it would just select whatever, and it was kind of annoying at times. So anyway, let's try it. Oh god, everything's so expensive. Okay, maybe I was gonna say we should try and buy something, but maybe not these mechs. Maybe we'll just go into battle and see what happens in terms of damage. I'm gonna shrink this a bit. There we go. Now I can properly see the chat, so if you guys are talking. Okay, so remember how I said equipment can be damaged or destroyed? Well, that means that now equipment has health points. Basically meaning this is the number of critical hits a piece of equipment can take. So for instance, this rocket launcher here, it could take 2 critical hits before it's destroyed. 1 critical hit will damage it, and you can still pay money to repair it. 2 will destroy it, and now it needs to be replaced. And we'll look at exactly how the game does replacement when we actually have something that's damaged or destroyed. So I'm trying to see. So like heavier weapons like high energy cannons and Vulcan cannons have more hits, so they're more durable in the field. Lighter weapons have fewer hits. Ammo only has a single hit. So, you know, certain things will get hit and be more likely to be taken out of commission. So for instance, well, not for instance, but now there's a whole other mechanic you might want to weigh. So for instance, the high energy cannon, regardless of how much damage it does, regardless of how much heat it causes, its range, all of that, the fact that it is 3 times more durable than a missile launcher, which is actually, missile launchers only have 1 critical hit because they are sort of sensitive equipment. So they have incredible range, they do quite good damage, but they are a little fragile. So, you know, the toughness of weapons now is something that you might factor into your equations as you're modding and deciding, you know, like what you want to take where. So anyway, okay, let's go look for some missions and see a few other new features. Let's see. Do we need any crew members? Heavy weapons, that might be good. I like somebody with high gunnery skills too. Whoops, I said no. Oh, did he come back? I think he came back. Nah. All right, we'll carry on here. All right, missions. Oh, and I've revamped some of the missions too. So hopefully we'll get to see a variety of these. Some of these started to be revamped in the previous Patreon special version, but I've like further refined them a bit. So if you're familiar with the previous Patreon special version, you've been playing it, the differences here won't seem as not gross, but as big as compared to you know, how far we've come since the previous sort of public release, but there are a handful of changes in here. So this one, okay. Normally, escort missions people avoid like the Black Plague, but I'm going to show you that hopefully they're a little more manageable now. So let's give this one a shot. All right, we have the contract. That's good. So let's see what we can actually do on the field. All right. So we're only up against 4 light mechs. That's not too bad. One thing that you may notice is the mission map. As you'll see, the highlights are going to look a little different. So your current mission is highlighted more clearly in yellow. And this mission map, you know, if we succeed in this mission, then this mission will get highlighted green. We'll move over here. This will be yellow. And then mission branches that you can no longer complete will be grayed out. So this mission map has gotten a little bit of a visual upgrade to sort of, you know, just make it better. But anyway, okay, so we want, we want to take everything we can. So let's see here. We'll have one group of Dragoon and Crossfires. Good old firebrands. Oh, this is another feature, by the way. So notice that I can only take 9 units into battle, but I have all 3 battle groups fully available. This is something people have asked for a while, because like, let's say you can only take 4 units into battle. You might still not want to put them all in the same battle group by default. You might want like 2 units here, and then 1 unit here, and then 1 unit here. You can do that now. So I've set it up so that it will always offer you 12 slots for your battle groups. And, you know, if you go over, if I try and put 12 units, it won't let me, but this way you can sort of arrange things to your heart's content. So I guess I would say this current update is kind of a quality of life update, if anything. Okay, I'm just going to throw people in here sort of in a descending order, rather than paying too much attention to all these guys. Okay. Is that enough? Should I bring anyone else? Let's see here. I guess I only have a vagabond. All right, let's do this. Let's do 1 vagabond scout. And okay, we can bring Rex Reno, known as Sabotage. I kind of like that. That's cool. Or Gideon Ratchak, Stuart Armstrong, Mingor Guerrero, Ethan Light. We actually have quite a few pilots. I'm going to bring old Rex here. Sabotage. He really should be in a medium mech. Okay, actually, let's respect their perks here. And then this guy here, our dollar store Pedro Pascal. Hendrix Vasquez. Doesn't that look like Pedro Pascal, you know, like Mandalorian, Last of Us, Game of Thrones, Narcos. He's been in so much. Okay. Wait, hold on a second. Did we somehow... Hey, look, we might have found a bug. So, can we assign this guy multiple times? What the heck happened here? Okay, this is good if we found a bug. Wait, hold on. So Morales. Maybe we didn't. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I'm just imagining things. Okay, I think it's fine. Anyway, I did sort of revamp a little bit of the code on this screen here. Another thing that I've done is I revamped a lot of the sort of drawing routines to further optimize things, to do things like enhance the frame rate on like the mod bay and in this battle group setup stuff. So hopefully things run even smoother in this version compared to what you guys have been playing so far. All right. So I am playing with the controller, so we'll kind of work on that. But you know, with the controller, there's some shortcuts that you have. So for instance, you know, with the controller, you move with the right analog stick. With the right trigger, you can like drag and you can use this just like a mouse. However, that's a little tedious. So like there is a quick select. So if you hold left trigger and press right, you'll just select every unit on the screen. So it's a little faster for people who are using a controller because it's a little harder to select. But you can still sort of select, oops, individually if you want. We'll do this. You can also, you know, zoom in and out just like you can, but there's like a quick zoom if you want to do like a quick zoom out and quick zoom in. Trying to think of like what else. I mean, I don't know. I'm just playing with a controller. There's nothing too magical about what's happening. But you know, if you have a Steam Deck or something, you want to take this thing with you on the holidays, now you can. You just throw this baby on and spend a little time getting used to the controls, but hopefully they're fairly intuitive. And you can use the D-pad, so left and right on the D-pad toggles between engage is right, left is hold. I'm back, everybody. So the D-pad, I'm doing that. And then you can also press up and down to switch the range. So up, down, up, down. So anyway, a bit of fast controls to try and like make it more reasonable when you're like playing mobile. As I say, I probably will switch to my mouse shortly, but I just wanted to prove it was possible. And if you guys if there's anyone out there who really is like playing on a Steam Deck or whatever, you know, enjoys using the controller, if you're playing and you sort of have some ideas about how the control scheme could be improved, let me know, because this is the control scheme I have for now, but I'm totally open to like making some tweaks. This current control scheme feels pretty good to me, but you know, feedback is always welcome. There was a change here that was made. I guess we don't have, so we'll see it, but the option to repair weapons, if you drag it onto a mech now, it will now repair all the weapons that are damaged but not destroyed. So if you have like a destroyed autogun but a damaged high energy cannon and a damaged Vulcan cannon, you can use that salvage to repair the damaged Vulcan and high energy cannon, but the destroyed autogun won't be repaired. And by the way, this is all contingent on you playing in the new mode where you need parts. If you uncheck that option when you start a new game, the game will play just like it did before. So you can use money to repair even destroyed equipment. You can salvage items and it will repair even destroyed equipment. So if you like how the game currently plays and you don't really like this new mode of actually needing parts, you can certainly still play it the way you have been up till now. So nothing has really changed in that respect. Anyway, I'm going to save my salvage tokens for right now. Oops. For the next mission. Oh dear God. Holy Jesus. My cough is back. Oh God, that's so many mechs. Okay, this time I think we are going to bring everything. All right, firebrands. You guys got to get in here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, you can see, actually, I forgot. I can only bring 9 units, but now I tried to throw 12 in, so it's telling me I'm over capacity. So I guess I'm going to remove that and that. So I guess I only get to bring 1 firebrand in. That is a shame, but so what you got to do? Okay, so there actually is a bug there. See, look, I've got the same unit assigned twice. Let me just try this with keyboard. Oh, look, we can put that same unit in 4 times. Okay, so obviously a bug. Just gonna make a note on that so I can fix that before I actually push this out. Hey, we found a bug! Huzzah! Wouldn't be a Gaming J stream without finding at least one bug. So on the battle group setup, pressing enter to assign a unit doesn't remove it from the list if it's already there. Woohoo! First bug of the night. See, and then now, if you're a patron, you know that when I finally do actually release this to you, you won't have to deal with that crappy bug. But see, if I click and hold, yeah, so when you drag with a mouse, it removes the duplicate, but if you press enter, you can sort of cheat and get away with it. I don't think it'd be very advantageous to have the same unit on the battlefield twice, because as far as I know, it will be the same game object, so every time it takes damage, it would take damage in both places. So you don't actually get a free duplicate, you get the same unit twice, which makes it twice as vulnerable on the battlefield. So it's you probably don't want to take advantage of that bug if you know about it. Anyway, all right, an escort mission. Oh yeah, and you can see, by the way, that this whole mission line got grayed out because we can no longer do it because we succeeded here. So now we're on this branch. Okay. So why would I ever want to play an escort mission? These are just so hard. So you now have more control over what happens, and even more control than the previous Patreon bonus version. So first of all, so there's the waypoint. Oh yeah, and updated the look of the waypoint, so they're like animated now. So here's where the convoy is going to head first, and then here's where it eventually wants to go next. So let's just head to the next waypoint, and let's follow the convoy and make sure they stay nice and safe. So here they are. Convoys are a little bigger now, so there's a few more units as well. So it's a little harder for them to all get sniped really quickly. Let's fend off these harassers. Oh, there's actually a lot of them. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm just gonna do my best here. Suck if I failed the new and improved convoy mission that I was trying to showcase here, but you know, convoys are still difficult. But notice the convoy is waiting. It is being nice and patient. Gonna give me time to mop these guys up. Oh my god, and like half the convoys are almost gone. Stop it! Stop shooting at the convoy, you dicks! Okay, now a lot of people would say that went badly, but the actual truth is that now there's fewer convoy units to be destroyed, so it's gonna be harder for the enemy. Anyway, now we have a button, order convoy on. So whenever we're ready, we can actually order the convoy to go on, and it will head to the next waypoint, and we can follow it. So if you want, you can sort of keep pounding that order convoy on, but the way these missions work is the next wave of enemies won't spawn until you're ready to move on. So it sort of gives you a chance to control the ebb and flow of the reinforcements, and you can sort of catch your breath between waves. Instead of, you know, previously it's just like enemy units would just constantly swarm onto the battlefield, and you had really like no control, and you just had to rush, and you'd fall behind the convoy, and then they'd all get destroyed. But this way it's like you can sort of stick with the convoy a little more easily and, you know, again, issue them orders as need be. Okay, I'm just going to tell them to rush for it because we're so close to the end here. Stay away from the convoy! Stay away! They're taking the long way, man. They should have gone... Oh, no, wait. Here's the exit. All right, even though that was rough, I think we're going to do it. Enough of the convoy's going to survive that we did it. Boom! So there you go. So convoy missions are now a little more manageable, a little more in your control. They're still difficult. They're still like a very mobile challenge mission, but there's a little more complexity to them now. So hopefully that makes them more interesting. I know they were one of the weak point missions, and them and intercept missions are the two missions everyone hated. There's also a new mission type called Assassination, which hopefully we'll show off today. And I know that was sort of glitched out in the previous Patreon bonus version, so hopefully it isn't now. I've worked on fixing it, so we'll see. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I have any weapons that have been... Okay, so here's an example. This Scorcher has been destroyed. So these weapon parts can't actually be used on this item, or this mech, because it has destroyed Scorchers. Or a destroyed Scorcher. If it was just damaged, then I could use this. Because it's destroyed, I can't. So the weapon parts, when you need replacement parts, can patch your units up, but can't fully, like, revive them if you need to do field repairs. And if you're wondering, how do you do field repairs? Right now you can't, but there are some things that will come in some future versions, some special options that may exist where you can sometimes do field repairs. So right now, just not a thing, but down the line you might see that. Okay, so the salvage doesn't look amazing. I might grab a medium blaster just because they're decent. The thing is, I don't have a lot of salvage picks for this mission. I kind of didn't negotiate my salvage properly, but anyway, okay, we're on to the last mission now, defending a supply depot. Oof, against a pretty big force, actually. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. Actually, I think I have spare firebrands, so I'll throw a fresh one in here. It is what it is, but yeah. You might have also noticed there's a new mouse cursor, so I did a little bit of work trying to update mouse cursors and stuff. There's all this like little subtle stuff that goes into making a game look good that, like, you know, it's not going to make the game more fun to have like a mouse cursor, but for instance, when you click and drag, it becomes a little hand to show you're grabbing the map. I know, again, it probably doesn't change much of the gameplay for you guys, but these little like polishes and stuff will make people think of the game as more professional when we eventually finally release it to the public. So it is what it is for now, but I'm proud of the little touches. I don't know if you guys will notice or care, but they're there. They're there. You can tell, by the way, I'm playing with a mouse now again at this point. You know, the controller, again, totally functional. If you're on a train over the holidays or something you want to play, you totally can now. And that makes me happy to know that you could. But at the same time, I think keyboard and mouse, at least for me personally, are the best way to play. Oh yeah, and speaking of mouse cursors, there's a little hand clicky icon to show you when you can click on things now. So there you go. Oh, that guy dodged like almost every single cannon shot there. Wow, that guy was... that guy was lucky. Thank you, Riptors. Yeah, Riptor said in the comments, the little things show there's a passion and care, not a quick cash grab. Yeah, I'm glad it comes across that way, because definitely I've got a lot of passion for this, and I care, so, you know. Doing what I can. There is also, by the way, it looks really bad right now, but notice when the mechs walk through forest, the forest tiles kind of jumble. I had always intended for when mechs walk through forest tiles for the forest to kind of shudder a little. So if an enemy walks through a forest tile, even if they're not on your radar, the forest will still sort of distort. Right now that distortion looks bad, I know, but it's there as a placeholder. So eventually this will get cleaned up, but just in case you're wondering, these aren't graphical glitches. It's quote-unquote intentional. But In the same way you can see snow, or you can see footprints in snow and sand of enemies you can't even visibly see, so you can kind of track them on ice levels. I always wanted there to be a little shutter when they walk through forest tiles, even when they're across the map, so that you can sort of like, if you're paying attention, you can kind of see where the enemies are. So that's another little subtle feature that's in the game right now. But we'll make it look better eventually. It was just sort of, you know, the fastest way to add the feature in, and it had been on my to-do list forever. Function over form until later on, then you can actually focus on form. So by the way, here's a high energy cannon that has been damaged. Notice that my light laser's been destroyed because it's red. My light laser here hasn't been touched because it's green. This high energy cannon has taken a hit. In battle, you can't see exactly how many hits it's taken or how many it has left, but it has taken a hit. When we get out of battle, we'll investigate and see. But I don't think we have too many other weapons that have been damaged. Not really. Okay, anyway. Carry on, boys. Wrap this up. I think the enemy is, okay. Engage. Red Bear and Snoopy ask, are you developing game canon story arcs? Yes and yes. So right now it might seem like this game is just like a big open sandbox game, and yeah, there are some houses and stuff with a bit of backstory, but that's about it. There is loads and loads of story that's going to end up in this game. I literally have like entire eras mapped out start to finish, and you know, some details may change a little bit as I continue to develop it, but I have like characters and plots and stories and campaigns, all sorts of stuff. The thing is, you know, I can't throw that stuff in yet because there's a lot of game features that still need to be added in, so I'm kind of taking the slow and steady wins the race approach to this. So in my mind, I'll probably still be working on this in 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, this is a long-term prospect, so I'm not trying to rush anything. I'm not trying to just, like, get anything in desperately in, like, a crappy way. When things come out, they'll come out in a good way. And so if you look at the release schedule, you know, the next major release in December is the Titan update, and that's, like, the arena world, sort of like Solaris. And then after that, we have the Orion Corporate, which is the last major house. And then after that is something called the Great Expedition. That'll be the first of like a new game mode that actually gets you out of the core and starts to introduce campaign and canon and stories. So, so yeah, anyway, so things will be coming in that respect, but, you know, all in good time. Ripter says, might want to change the tooltip on the weapon parts to say it restores damaged weapons instead of just weapons. Oh yeah, that's a good suggestion. I'm going to make a note of that right now. Update salvage weps items to say restores damaged weapons. Good idea. Thank you. And if you are interested in any of the lore of the game, there is a wiki. I think it's metalmercs.wiki.com. I'll look it up. It should be posted on the Patreon and stuff. But there is a wiki, and the wiki already has a lot of the background lore for the different houses and stuff. Most of which I've revealed in those like spotlight videos I've done, like for every major release where I've talked about a house. But yeah, you can sort of get a taste of the canon and the lore there, and as I say, there's a lot more to come. So okay, so here's a good example. High energy cannon damaged, light laser destroyed. The weapon parts can be used on this mech, but it will only repair the high energy cannon. The light laser still will not be repaired. So I'm going to do that just to save some money. But another thing I like about this new mechanic of destroyed weapons not really being able to be repaired between missions is it makes it way more scrappy. Like if you're in a big long campaign and you just did a big battle and like some units have destroyed weapons, you might be like, oh, okay, I'm still going to take them into battle, but now they have sort of reduced efficiency, and yeah, it just sort of makes these longer missions just way more scrappy in terms of you know, making it through. I guess I will just spend some repairs on this guy, and yeah, so there we go. So we succeeded and completed that mission chain. Huzzah! Okay, let's go take a look at the repair bay. Oh yeah, I updated this too. Okay, before I actually repair my units, let's go into the mod bay here and we can see. So for instance, let's say that for this Dragoon here, we've got this light laser that's destroyed. If you click on it, you now get the options to refit, which is replace it with spare parts, of which we have none that are valid. So this won't do anything. We could try and repair it, but this option will only work if, for instance, you have like a high energy cannon with 1 or 2 hits off of it. Then you could do repair, but I can't here. You could also hit scrap, which will just take it off your mech and you'll lose it. Because we have to refit it, you don't lose anything if you scrap it, because this weapon is basically lost already. So you can either scrap or you can refit. So if we do see if we can buy a light laser, we cannot. Oh, there's some good weapons here though. Damn. Okay. Wait, why wasn't that clicking? Okay, never mind. I'm imagining things. Here, I'm gonna do something weird. I'm gonna find a light laser and pull it off something else, just so we can. Okay, so here's my Alpha Wolf here. I'm gonna take this light laser off. Oh, and there's like little tool like bubbles and stuff to say removed or upgraded and stuff that appear now. So again, a lot of little subtle touches have been added. But now if we come in here, now we do have the spare part. So if we hit refit, now it says fixed. And now we fixed it. So we use that light laser and we replace the destroyed one. So that's how like the weapons part stuff works. I got to remember that Alpha Wolf needs something because I pulled its light laser off. If you go to the repair bay, you can still, just like before, click on a unit, but now you get the option to repair and refit or repair only. In this case, this mech doesn't need any refits. Required parts is 0, so both of these options will just repair it. And then you could also do refit only. So you can choose, do you want to like spend the money and repair the unit? Do you just want to swap out its destroyed parts? Or do you want to do both? I'll just sort of do both. Also, you have a repair all and a refit all button. Repair all will go through and repair all the units, but anything that has damaged equipment, so you can see equip. This unit has one piece of equipment that would be needed to fix it. This unit also has a piece of equipment that would be needed to fix it. So this column shows you'll need equipment, and I don't think I have any scorchers or light lasers. So if I hit, for instance, refit all, it'll go through trying to refit everything. But those units won't get refit because it'll say you need more parts to finish the repair. So really nothing happened for them. If I had one light laser, this guy would have been refit. You can also hit repair all and it will go through repairing. And if you just click the mouse button, it'll accelerate and do it all. So you don't have to sit and watch it go boom, boom, boom. But if you want, you can watch it do one at a time. And so anyway, these are the two items, the 2 units left that I couldn't fully repair. You can see I repaired the internals and the armor, because repair all repairs that, but the actual damaged and destroyed weapons, you know, I don't have the parts for, so I have to figure something out for them. Okay, so that's that stuff. Somebody asked, or Shaka Coddle asked, how have Scorchers been buffed? So Scorchers got a little tweak. I've been going sort of back and forth on the Scorchers a little bit. So let's see, where do I have it? So the heat generated by Scorchers for the firing unit has been reduced a little bit. Their recharge rate has been left. So if you just play the last major release, the recharge rate, the sort of recycle time is the same as what it was before. But their accuracy has been increased by 25%. So they're a short-range weapon that's very noob-friendly. It's very friendly for green pilots. It's very easy to hit enemies with. It doesn't do too much heat to you, but it does quite a bit to enemies, but it has that short range as its major hindrance. So that's sort of where Scorchers are. But yeah, very newbie-friendly. They're a good unit They're a good weapon to put on mechs that are being piloted by green pilots because they'll still hit almost every time. And then autoguns sort of got tweaked so that they had slightly longer range to differentiate them from Scorchers a little bit. So they're a slightly more mid-rangey kind of weapons. So I'm just, since I have my notes up now, since you asked, I'm just checking to see if anything else has changed. Oh, I have to show you frontline battles. Something fun happens in them now. Okay, we need a frontline battle. We need an assassination mission. Is there anything else? So I'm just checking these notes. Revamped repair bay. Okay, shatter effect. I told you guys about that. 12 unit weapon tweaks. Oh, and we need to find a winter level. Okay, 3 things. Oh, and one other thing. When you're in the salvage bay, there's that option to, like, you have the core parts. So if you have a mech that's been destroyed, you can actually restore it on the battlefield. If you use that, that will also give your mech 25% of its internal hit points back. Previously, it gave it 1 hit point, and then you'd have to use another salvage token on internal parts to fully restore its internal parts. As somebody pointed out on the Discord, that's a little brutal, and it kind of makes it useless, because if you restore a mech from being destroyed, but it has 1 hit point on its internal hits, the next internal hit it takes, it's destroyed again, so it's not usable. So 25% is sort of a half measure where, like, it's still not ideal, but in theory, if you buffed its armor to max, it would be fairly durable. But you still probably want to use some internal parts to repair it. But if you were really short and you didn't have any to spare, it's at least something. So anyway, that was one other change. One other thing too, just before we leave the repair bay, there's this column called X. If any units are destroyed, they will have an X in that column to make it easy to identify that they've been destroyed. So if we could find a mech that is destroyed to buy it, we can't. Okay, in the interest of, showing you features, I'm just going to cheat slightly. Don't judge me. Oh, look, where did all these mechs come from? Oh, I have a Ragnarok. Isn't that fun? Although it's been destroyed. So yeah, here's what it looks like when mechs have been destroyed. So you can very quickly see which ones are, like, totally out of commission. And again, this mech here, the Templar, I can repair it if I want. So if I do repairs, it's been repaired, but now it needs light blasters. So if I come in here, I could do the refits, and I actually don't have the parts for it. So nothing's going to happen. So I got to find some blasters if I actually want to use it. I'm just going to repair all of these guys while I'm here so that I can take most of them on the next mission. And so you see it kind of goes one by one, and you can press escape at any point to cancel. So if you did click repair all and then you're like, oh crap, no, I don't want to do that, you can actually hit escape. Or you can just sort of leave it and let it do its thing. And if you want this to accelerate, just click the mouse or press enter and it will just wrap up immediately. I wonder if I can actually refit some of these things. The cheat button I used actually did give me some inventory of parts, so anyway, that's why I was able to do some refits there. All right. Clavo Hunter says, I restore mechs from destroyed in battles as a way to save money from the mech at lube. I generally don't rely on reviving a dead mech during a campaign. Yeah, I mean, that's a good strategy too, actually. I mean, sometimes you need to repair mech in battle, but if you are managing your mech company so that you don't depend on that, that's actually smarter. So, you're ahead of the game. All right, we want assassination. Let's see if we can find one. Actually, I don't know if assassination, how it's going to be listed. Let's see. Destroy a command squad. There we go, baby. I like that. Okay. Let's go with this. Okay, we can do this. And let's see if we can pump this salvage up a bit. See what they say to that. Okay. I'll take it. Let's dance. Let's do this. I should actually check to see if what mechs I've got that really do actually need refitting, because well, it's nothing essential, so it's like a Templar, a couple of Firebrands, and a Slugger. Okay, I'm not even going to bother doing the repairs necessarily. We'll just take some fun-looking mechs into battle, and hopefully it's enough. Should be enough. I think the cheat thing I did also made all my pilots legendaries. Okay. Let's bring a Cro-Magnon, Berserker, Neanderthal. We're kind of going Protectorate here, like with all these Protectorate mechs. It's like they're literally all, almost all Protectorate. It's funny. Okay, and then a couple of Crossfires. How about a Legionnaire? It's fun. It's different. And a Jaguar. Well, this guy got injured. That's a shame. Cro-Magnon brand rubbers. For all your mech warrior needs. Or MetalMerc needs, sorry. Stay on brand, Jay. Stay on brand. Alright. Oh, and by the way, some units have started to get replaced graphics. These aren't permanent. There's still some tweaking I want to do, but you'll notice when you play this newer version, you know, a lot of the original MetalMercs graphics were... I mean, many of them actually were unique and made by me, but they were very much in the style of the Crescent Hawk's Revenge. And I'm trying to upgrade graphics to look more like our new style. Slightly higher resolution and stuff. So anyway, you'll notice some mechs are slowly making that transition. Anyway, what's the waypoint that we're going towards? Down here, eh? Alright, let's do it. Everyone stay in formation. Everyone stay tight. The enemy's gonna try to ambush us. Oh, there they are. Actually, the Protectorate is quite good on these convoy missions, because we can just launch our smoke bursts. Keep the enemies at bay. Oh, unless they circumvent us. You sneaky jerks. Come into the mist. Oh man, that guy appeared in the mist and just got obliterated. Okay, so here's one thing you can do when you've more or less cleared things out. You know the current waypoint, you know the next waypoint, you can send a squad ahead. Excuse me. And you can actually even send a squad sort of midway. So then this way you're sort of dispersing your units along the traveled path, so that hopefully when you order your convoy out, they don't all get ambushed and you can't keep up. So this way, even if you have heavier units, you can still kind of deal with the convoy missions to some degree. Okay, this is working out quite well. I'm going to send my advanced units there, these guys here. I'm going to sort of work in a staggered formation to try to hold the enemies off from the convoy. Alright, keep going, convoy. Making good time. I think at this point we can just tell the convoy to, like, hoof it. And we think we've got it. There they go. Alright, mission accomplished. Yeah! We only lost one guy on that convoy. That was pretty good. Pretty good convoy. Alright, ooh, a slugger. Okay, so do we need... what kind of repairs do we need? Not much, eh? So I guess we'll take a slugger. Why not? Where did that slugger go? It's like down here somewhere. There he is. in decent enough shape too. It could be piloted in a pinch, but I guess we don't really need it. I guess I'll just save my salvage because none of this other stuff looks too enticing. It's not even really worth throwing armor on anyone yet. We'll hold off. Okay. Elimination of a light patrol force. 4 light mechs. I think we got this. Maybe a pain to find them, honestly, but other than that, I don't see them putting up much of a fight. Okay, I'm gonna speed the game up for this one to find them. Play this on the advanced speed. Otherwise, it'll take forever. I feel like these sort of random search and destroy missions actually do benefit a lot from having speed options in the game. Not sure how you guys use the speed up and the slow down. Where the hell are they? Okay, we can do this. We can just sort of send different groups to different parts of the map. Try and hunt these guys down. Oh, there they are. I'm just gonna send everyone to engage and let them do their own thing. Oh no, I'll slow it down a bit because I do kind of. I like watching the fights. This guy is a messenger. Oh, just that easy. All right, but that was just the preliminary force that was in our way. Because now we need to assassinate the big boys. Indeed, I did shoot the messenger. Okay, so destroy command squad. So this is part of the new assassination missions. These missions have a ton of enemies on the battlefield. So there's kind of a couple different ways to approach it. But in theory, you want to have a mobile squad. Now, I have a lot of Protectorate mechs, which aren't so mobile, so I'm going to do the best I can. But the way this mission works, I'll show you. When it starts out, you will see the command force right here. Okay, so those are the guys I got to get, and here's where I am. And so you can see the command units will stay on your radar, so you know where they are on the map. So you can sort of plan an ambush. Now the thing is, hidden and patrolling the rest of the map are other enemies. So, you know, you don't know where their backup forces actually are. So you still may want to sort of tread carefully. And once you engage them, all their backup forces will come to their aid, so you kind of want to move quickly. So I'm going to see if I can sort of stay hidden in this base, because I saw them going down this way. Yeah, they're sort of dancing around down there. Oh, I think I revealed myself too early. Okay. This party is starting. Okay. Okay, so the command force shows up in gold, and you only have to destroy them. So I'm going to do what I can to just wipe them out as quick as I can, although they're kind of being jerks. Let's see if I can get this guy first. Little battle fist coming in there. Okay, get this one. Oops. I think I changed my target off of the command guy. Take him down! Oh my god, this is... Okay, where'd the last commander go? Okay, he's over here. Get him! Get him, boys! Jeez, there's actually a lot of enemies. Oh, this commander's being so annoying. Okay, we got him. So now we have to head to the evac point. Oh god. Alright, run! I think actually we have enough forces we could take out all these enemies, but we take a lot of damage. I wonder if it'd be worth it to turn around and fight. Well, whatever. I'm gonna play the mission as it's meant to be played. I'm gonna flee. Oh god. Micro-Magnon! Okay, hold on, guys. We gotta hold the line. Don't just abandon somebody. Okay, you keep escaping, because you're the slowest as it turns out. These guys will hold the line. Oh, actually, I think we have enough to take them. You know what? They thought we were retreating. They're like, haha, we have them on the run! Before this happened. He's like, hey, where'd all my backup go? Alright, we took him down. Here, I'll speed up the game as we make our escape. So there you go. Yeah, so assassination missions, they're a little different than some of the other command missions. Sort of more focused around ambush and stuff. And like in theory, if you have a really fast, powerful force, like an Imperium force, you could come in like boom, 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 destroy them, and then get out of there before the other units have a chance to really react. But the idea is the reinforcing units are supposed to be so large a number that you don't really want to hang around too long. But yeah, anyway. So that's assassination missions. I don't know. I don't know what to repair. You know what? I'm just going to skip this. Because really there's just one more thing I want to show you guys this evening. And then I want to go fix that bug. And then I want to get this in your guys' hands. So, I don't know, whatever, that looks good enough. We'll just take a bunch of damaged units into battle. It's an intercept mission. It's fine. So I think on intercept missions I haven't changed too much. I mean, we have the radar towers and stuff. The zones got their visual update. It's kind of hard to see on the desert. Might have to do something about that. But anyway, those are the escape zones that the enemies are moving towards. So we'll just speed things up. Oh, here comes some enemies. Down that guy goes. Keeping these guys in reserve just in case we need them. We've killed enough. You only have to kill 25% of the retreating forces to be successful in the current version of the intercepts. So it's like a very low bar. So intercept missions are meant to be like very easy, like hard to fail, but you do kind of have to have some awareness of the battlefield because enemies will just run right by you if they can, if they get the chance. Like that guy just did. And this guy. Yeah, he's firing at the radar towers. See if my backup force can intercept him. Oh no! Go, go, go! Take him down! No, don't fire the smoke! You're helping him! Should have turned off the smoke bursts. Oh, he's gonna get away. Oh, we took him down with one final shot. Epic. 100% kill rate. Okay, and I'm gonna skip the salvage again because I'm just really showcasing here today, but anyway, woo! Okay, let's repair. And then we need to find a snow level, and I need to find a large scale battle. Those are the last two things I want to show you guys here today. Let's see what we got. I mean, finding a snow level will be difficult because it'll be hard to know. But there's a full scale engagement. Okay, are there any that don't require me to fail a mission? No. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and take this one. See what they say about that. They are okay with it. Alright. So I need to fail this mission. So actually, what I'm gonna do is just take everyone out. And guess what? Hey Armstrong, you're gonna take this single vagabond into the mission, and you are gonna succeed, my friend. I don't know how, or why, or when, or if. You got this. This poor bastard, he's just gonna get obliterated. So the enemies are going there and there. Oh, I think they've already found me. Come on, kill me. There we go. Short and sweet failure. Okay. See, I can see that whole line got grayed out as a result. But now we are in an epic mega battle. So let's bring in our heavy hitters. Oh, the Templar actually is screwed up. It still doesn't have blasters. Crossfire, crossfire, crossfire. I do think it's kind of cool how, like, your mechs might gradually end up having repair or damaged weapons that kind of linger between battles. You know, it does feel more like an authentic mercenary experience to be like a scavenger who doesn't always have perfectly pristine units. So I kind of like that element. I don't know, maybe gameplay wise it won't be fun, and people will prefer to play with the repairs needing parts off. And you know what? If that's so, then that's so. I'm not here to tell you how to play. I'm just here to give you different options that I think are fun. Okay. So on these big battle missions, one bit of feedback I heard repeatedly from folks is that they're very hard missions. Even if you come in with like a full force to support your allies, they are very hard missions to actually survive. And what I have done is I adjusted the number of enemies that will show up a little bit, but I changed one other thing, and that is that enemies will retreat if they get too damaged. And so you can choose to pursue the retreating enemies, or you can just let them go. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. But if you pay attention on the battlefield, there will be the occasional enemy that decides he's taken too much damage and turns to run. And again, if you're barely scraping by the mission, you can just let them go. But if you're dominating, you can like chase them down and not let any survivors go. So let's see. We'll see if it happens to this guy. We'll just kind of pay attention to some of these units. Okay, so it says fleeing. I don't know if you saw, but it said fleeing. And like, watch this guy. Like oh, and that guy's fleeing too. Okay, so a couple enemies have already decided to flee. So you can watch him, and he'll literally flee off the battlefield, so he's gone. So if we keep this up, so to keep the fire going. Fleeing, that guy's gone too. Now, I think in this particular mission, because I have so many Protectorate mechs, I'm going to be fine anyway. But it does sort of... I think this also gives some different personality to these big battle missions, because previously, this was just like, enemies come, you fight them till they die. It was kind of the same as like the mission where you have to like hunt down the enemies on the battlefield. Like it's very... You know, like all the combat was the same, but I think this will make these missions feel a little more like you are holding a line, and like enemies are coming in swarms and waves to try and break you. But like if you hold fast, eventually you'll push them back. You'll either destroy them or they will flee. So, anyways, yeah, one of the newer mechanics. These guys look like they're stuck. Maybe did the flee not work? I'll double check this. Double check that. That guy, one guy looks like he wants to flee, but he's stuck. Maybe a pathing issue. To do double check that enemies that flee actually flee. All right, our line kind of got screwed up because we got so busy chasing down the fleeing enemies. Let's head back to the battle here. I think the other thing that made this battle particularly easy is all my pilots are like elite and legendary, because again I have a little cheat button in the game for when I'm debugging it and stuff, so I don't have to play for hours to get to things. But anyway, I feel like we're definitely gonna win this battle. Our guys got this at this point now. Come here, you pesky legionnaire. See if we can make this guy flee. Fleeing! I think he got a good look at us and was like, nope! And see, okay, here. I'm gonna turn on like a debug view so we can see if he actually escapes. Oh, okay, so there is an issue here. He's not fleeing. Alright, well, it's okay. I'll get that fixed. So this version of the game is going to be up for patrons. I was originally thinking tonight, but like there have been like 2 or 3 bugs we've noticed, so either a little later tonight or tomorrow this version will be out. It just depends on how pesky those bugs are to fix. Yeah, so these are all the guys who meant to flee. Alright, well, instead they're just huddled in its terrified mass. But the version you get, they will literally be gone. They'll like go off the map when they flee. But yeah, we'll see how long it takes me to fix those bugs, so it'll be tonight or tomorrow. Okay, is anyone left on the battlefield? I think I have to use the cheat view just to see. So this is my like debug view. It lets me see everything. Yeah, so there's some enemies that tried to flee, but they couldn't. Where are my guys? Come get them, boys. So yeah, it was a good number of enemies fled. It was like 12 enemies, I think, or something like that. It's quite a bit. Oops, didn't mean to pause. Boom. Yeah, so Alma says, bug at the get-go, at least now it can get released. Yeah, it's literally one of those things I've talked about in the Discord. No matter how many times I try and hunt bugs. By the way, that flee mechanic did work like 2 weeks ago. I just haven't looked at it in 2 weeks, and so I must have changed something and now it doesn't work. But anyway, I'll get it working again. But yeah, it's just you fix one thing and one little bug appears in a part of the game that you don't normally look at, and then you release it to people and then they get like a crappy experience. So yeah, to the degree I can, I try and hunt these bugs, and I have learned doing a stream before you release isn't bad because you probably catch a few more bugs. If you are playing though and you do catch a bug like in your own time, if you're not on the Discord already, you're welcome to join. And if there's a bug reports forum, you can report your bugs there, and that would be super helpful, because then we can actually get as many of them fixed as possible. So yeah, but you know, we do our best to make sure there are no bugs. It's just for a little hobby indie game, it is what it is, you know. Hard to be perfect. Okay. Red Baron Snoopy asks, what does the morale stat affect? So morale, this affects whether crew members are going to quit on you. However, this only matters if at the beginning of the game you checked on wages and morale. If that is checked off, then you don't have to pay your crew every month and they won't quit, meaning it doesn't matter what your morale is. So morale is just, you know, how likely are you to lose pilots due to disgruntledness. And if you pay your pilots well, they are likely to stay around. If you kind of pay them very little, which you can, they might get disgruntled and quit on you, even if you're doing well on missions. So it's like morale is also affected by how much you're actually paying people, whether you're being a dick or whether you're being generous. Okay, the last thing I want to kind of hunt for a second here is a winter level. So bear with me while we go looking. And I'm just going to sort of cheat our way through some missions here just to do it quickly. Mission accomplished! Whoa, we're awesome. How do we do that? And we don't even need the salvage. We're just doing this for funsies. We're not even... Don't worry about it, Confederate Vanguard Union. Oh, mission accomplished. It's like my crew's just radioing in, we did it. And they're just like not even bothering to check. Yay, another one. Come on, winter mission. Oh my god, it's literally been the same map like 3 times. It's kind of cool, actually. So a lot of these mission maps are randomly generated, meaning it kind of could be any mission that shows up at any time. That, I think, will get more sophisticated in later builds of the game, where if you're on a desert planet, you'll see, like, desert biomes repeated. But right now it's all random. But it is kind of funny when you have the same mission, or, you know, different missions on the same map. It's sort of like, it's as if your military group, your merc group, is actually operating on a particular planet in a particular zone, and you keep sort of having to do more things in that area, you know, as if the mission was planned out and wasn't just randomly generated. I'm just going to pick one that is long here. Oh, a winter one. Okay, let's see. It doesn't happen every time, but let's see if it happens. Snow! It's snowing! Just in time for Christmas, guys. There are snow effects in the game now. This is the first of the weather effects. There probably won't be another one for a little while, but just sort of, this is a little minor effect that I was thinking of adding for a while, and I just actually added it in. So whenever you get a snow level, there's about a 50% chance it will actually be snowing on that level. And I think it just adds a little bit more charm to the game, and yeah, makes it feel more like a real environment as opposed to just a static image that you're playing on top of. So yeah, there you go. Snow. Anyway, that's it. That's really all I had for you guys here today. So, as I say, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the game. Hopefully watching it now, you're excited about some of the new features. I am really curious to know how this repairs need parts thing actually plays out, and if you guys do find it fun. So if you do give this new game a shot, this new version a shot, you know, over the next week or whatever, feel free to drop your feedback in the Discord. Let us know how you're enjoying it. Let us know if you like the new mechanic or if you tend to turn it off. Again, if you don't like it, you can turn it off so you don't have to play with it. But it is a feature that's there that I think adds another layer of complexity to the game that is a little, I'll say interesting. I don't want to say fun because it's up to you if you enjoy it, but it's interesting and different. But anyway, this is where we'll end it here today, guys, on the Christmas Wonderland of Mechs. Thank you so much for tuning in. And, you know, if you are a patron, this version, as I say, will go up as soon as I get these few bugs I noticed fixed. If you're not a patron, don't worry. Everything you saw here today is coming in the December release. And that release is going to include Titan, which is, again, sort of the games world of the Mercs universe. And it's going to have a handful of new sort of modes, because you get to go to like this arena world and you'll get to play in different kinds of matches and stuff. So we've got a few ideas there for some things that might be fun and different that we haven't seen before in MetalMercs. So yeah, so you have that to look forward to either way. And also, I just want to say thank you to all the patrons, all the PayPal supporters, everyone who's been, even, you know what, and the fans too. Literally, if you're playing the game, you're doing me a favor. You know, just we're trying to build up a fun game here, and the more people to play it, the more people to talk about it, the more awesome it is, actually. So yeah, even if you're just playing the game, thank you. But certainly if you are supporting, I owe you an extra thanks because you're really putting some trust in me. And I hope I'm not letting you down. I hope you're having fun with it. So yeah, we'll do everything we can to keep it fun. Anyway, guys, as I say, thank you, and until next time, ciao. So I was trying to switch it to like wanted to like end on I always like ending the video but giving people just a moment to sign off. Oh my god, I'm totally botching this. Hold on. This. Oh god. Have you ever seen somebody screw up a sign off? You're seeing it right now in real time. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, watch this. Boom, there we go. Okay, so now we can like end off, and then if you want to say goodbye, you can. But anyway, okay, I'm out. I'm out. All right, see you guys. Peace.